What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another new movie coming to Netflix. This one is Spellbound, and this is what I do believe to be Netflix's attempt at a Disney movie, or what Disney didn't greenlight, and Netflix decided to pick up on and make a story about. It does have very similar art styles to 2015, 2016 Disney, with a sort of 3D art style that Frozen, Moana, Brave, and all those types of Disney princess movies do have. And it's not a terrible art style, but it's kind of overdone and is just what we expect from animation at this point. It's just kind of base level animation at this point, and it's not that exciting visually wise. However, I did watch this with my nana. This was her movie that she picked for movie night, and without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So, Spellbound is a 2024 musical fantasy movie, which is 1 hour and 46 minutes. It has a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb and a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is extremely generous. It does have a pretty shit story, but we'll get to that in a second. You can watch it on Netflix, and the story is: when a powerful spell turns her parents into giant monsters, a teenage princess must journey into the wild to reverse the curse before it's too late. So how the story actually goes is with our main princess, which I do believe she is an elf because of her pointed ears, but that is never explained. That is never sort of drawn any attention to. Everybody in this universe just has pointy ears, and she sings a little bit of a song to welcome you to her world, sort of setting up the world and all of its sort of magic. She then introduces you to the parents, which are monsters because they traveled into the dark forest and unfortunately got attacked by the darkness and turned into monsters. And for the past year, they have been rampaging around the castle whilst they look for a cure. The princess is going to turn 13 or 15, one of the two, and when that happens, she will take over the kingdom, because everyone has been looking for where the princess's parents are. No one has seen them in a while, and they're all starting to get worried. So the princess summons the moon and sun deity, and they arrive, and they're like, holy fuck, we can't help you, and they run back to their house. They then decide, what, we could help you, but it's not us that can help you. It's, the journey that you must travel through. Follow the light, and you will see the journey, and it will take you to where you need to go. So they follow the light throughout this entire movie, traveling through a desert, the deadly desert, the forest, the caves, and they go through a load of trials, and the monsters are starting to slowly remember who they are, obviously being mum and dad. By the time they get to the light source, the pool of light, they have been attacked by the kingdom a good few times because they have caught up with them a good few times before these guys narrowly escape. The advisor swaps bodies with the cutesy little furry bunny creature thing, the little imp thing, which is obviously there to be adorable, to be cute, and to sell merch. And in doing this, they fight, and they sort of go through hardship at every trial, and it all seems very easy until it gets harder, and they find a solution, and it's just like problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. It's very formulaic and very repetitive because we have the girl calling the creatures, the little sun and moon deity. They can't help. So they go through the forest. They can't see a thing, so they have to travel through the dark and, use faith in each other. They then go through a cave, and they use their words to light up the cave. However, it has to be good sounds, otherwise the aggression sounds will attack each other. They then start arguing, and the aggression sounds come and start hurting them all. They then work it out and be calm and be nice to each other because they realize the daughter's getting hurt. They then travel through a desert, and every time like a cloud covers the sun and it goes dark, the sand goes from solid to liquid, and they start to sink. Oh no, unfortunate. and they, work together to get to the other side. And towards the end of the movie, the daughter starts turning into a monster because all of her negative thoughts start arising, and the parents have to sort of, come back, save the day. They get a divorce, and that's pretty much where the movie ends, with her having a massive celebration 1 year later for her 16th birthday or whatever. And I'm going to be honest, the songs sucked. The songs were not catchy. The songs were not Spotify playlist worthy. The songs were incredibly boring and stale and didn't excite you or get you hyped for another song to come. It's not like one of those good musicals, for example, like Wicked, like Grease, like, I'm trying to think of another one here off the top of my head, like Frozen, where you can sing along with it. It's upsetting because you groan and you sort of throw your head back in upset and anguish when you sort of realize another song is coming, because the songs are so shite. It does follow the same musical trend where the opening song is the same as the closing song, to give that story a full circle feel, where it feels like it's come back to the start and has a solid conclusion. The characters all feel very one note and very underdeveloped, and the story is basically just, learning to deal with your troubles, learning to talk it out, and showing that family means everything, and you don't have to be together to be loved. And like, it is technically a kids movie for divorced parents. Like, fair enough, we have some divorce representation in media, but the whole story is lifeless and soulless. It is very bright and colourful, but it's just incredibly basic. It is the bare bones of storytelling. It is the most basic sort of level animation, like the most common animation. People will put this on because it's like, that kind of looks like Disney, and that might be a Disney film. They are using the same animation as Disney to try and get viewers in, to try and get people to watch it and be like, this looks like a Disney movie with all the bright colors, the animation style, the songs, the character design, the sort of marketable characters. And it just feels corporate, and it doesn't feel like anybody really had any passion for this movie. It really feels like they're making this movie just to make money, because nothing is really fully fleshed out. We have, again, like the 4 or 5 challenges that this movie consists of, that obviously, again, are very repetitive. Challenge, solution, challenge, solution, challenge, solution. And it's just very boring to watch. I did not enjoy watching this one, and I have banned my nana from picking movie nights because it was so shit, and I am never going to watch this again. Like, it's not unwatchable, but I regret watching it. It's a one and done thing, and even then I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I would advise them not to watch it. I watched it so you don't have to, and I don't know, I kind of feel like the character designs for the parents are quite ugly, and I know they're supposed to be monsters, but I don't know what they're supposed to be. The dad kind of reminds me of like an armadillo or a pangolin, and the mum reminds me of the fairy, the hummingbird, the pixie from Rise of the Guardians, and neither of those are quite cute. The pangolin, I will say, is adorable. The pangolins are adorable. I absolutely love a good pangolin picture. They always look like they're nervously waiting to ask you something, and they're adorable. But it just has no excitement to it. It just feels like it drags on. This movie feels like a 2.5-hour movie. Watching this felt like an eternity. It felt like torture. I really did not enjoy watching this movie, and I definitely don't think you should go watch this movie. Like, if you're putting it on for your children, that's fine. That is completely a-okay. Just don't sit and watch it with them. Go and do something else, because you will not enjoy this movie. There is nothing in this movie for you. Like, as a 20-year-old watching this movie, yes, I am 20. A lot of you keep commenting that in my TikTok, like, comments being like, this guy's 20, by the way. 20, by the way. This guy's 20, by the way. I'm aware I'm 20. You don't need to remind me every single time I upload a video. it is my age. If anyone should know that, it is me. And I don't know what you want me to do with that information. I know I'm 20. You're kind of pointing out the obvious there, Captain. So, there was nothing. I got nothing from this film other than I lost time. I actually lost something watching this movie. Time, you know? Like, I gained nothing and lost everything. I lost an hour and a half that I will never get back. And, you know, Netflix has a real fucking good job at marketing, because the trailers and the posters and all the sort of marketing they did for this movie, which is not much, but the little that they did do made it look good and made it look watchable and worth a watch. Like, they have such a way with marketing shows, marketing new movies, which are exciting and make you want to watch it. But in doing that, it's still shit. Like, there is so many movies I've seen on Netflix that I have, like, thought looked good, and then watched it and been like, shit, no, that was terrible. I regret watching this. And this is another one of those movies. This is easily a 2 out of 10 movie, and if you're thinking about watching it, I'm going to advise you right now to not do that. Like, this is not the movie that you want to be watching. So, other than that, I got nothing else to say. Like, I'm going to end this video here. I don't want to think about this movie ever again. So, let me erase it from my mind and sort of deal with the regret of watching it. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the next film review. So, bye-bye.